When Arjuna heard the explanation of the meditational system of yoga, how to sit down, how to keep the body straight, how to keep the eyes half closed, and how to gaze at the tip of the nose without diverting one's attention, all this being conducted in a secluded place alone, he replied,
Arjuna Yoyam yogastvaya proktaha samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pashyami chanchalatva sthithim sthiram.
O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Herein, Arjuna says quite frankly that this Astanga yoga system is very difficult. Indeed, he says that it appears impractical and unendurable to me. Astanga yoga system is impractical for the common man. Actually, the Astanga yoga system is not impractical, for were it impractical, Lord Krishna would not have taken so much trouble to describe it. It is not impractical, but it appears impractical. What may be impractical for one man may be practical for another. Arjuna is representative of the common man in the sense that he is not a mendicant or a sannyasi or a scholar. He is on the battlefield fighting for his kingdom, and in this sense he is an ordinary man engaged in a worldly activity. He is concerned with earning a livelihood, supporting his family, and so on. Arjuna has many problems, just as the common man, and generally this system of Ashtanga yoga is impractical for the ordinary common man. That is the point being made. It is practical for one who has already completely renounced everything and can sit in a secluded, sacred place on the side of a hill or in a cave. But who can do this in this age? Although Arjuna was a great warrior, a member of the royal family, and a very advanced person, he proclaims this yoga system impractical. And what are we in comparison to Arjuna? If we attempt this system, failure is certain. What was Arjuna's great qualification? After all, Arjuna was a personal friend of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna says, "You are my devotee, you are my dear friend." In addition to this, Arjuna was renowned as a great warrior and administrator. Arjuna was praised by Krishna as the only man worthy of understanding the Bhagavad Gita. He was such an intelligent man that he could understand the Bhagavad Gita within 1 hour, whereas at the present moment great scholars cannot even understand it in the course of a lifetime. Yet Arjuna was thinking that controlling the mind was simply not possible for him. Despite all these qualifications, Arjuna refused to execute the meditational yoga system described by Sri Krishna. Are we then to assume that what was impossible for Arjuna in a more advanced age is possible for us in this degenerate age? The present age is characterized by a bitter struggle for a life of short duration. As Kali Yuga progresses, our lifespan gets shorter and shorter. Our forefathers lived for 100 years or more, but now people are dying at the age of 60 or 70. Gradually, the lifespan will decrease even further. Memory, mercy, and other good qualities will also decrease in this age. In Kali Yuga, people are not serious about self-realization even by simple, practical means. And what to speak of this difficult yoga system, which regulates the mode of living, the manner of sitting, selection of place, and detachment of the mind from material engagements. Despite longer lifespan of the Dwapar Yuga, Arjuna considered this system impossible. 5,000 years ago, when Arjuna was living, the lifespan was up to 1,000 years. In the present age of Kali Yuga, the lifespan is limited to 100 years. In the Dwapar Yuga, the lifespan was 1,000 years. In Treta Yuga, the lifespan was 10,000 years. And in Satya Yuga, the lifespan was 100,000 years. Thus, as the yugas degenerate, the lifespan decreases. Even though Arjuna was living at a time when one would live and practice meditation for 1,000 years, he still considered this system impossible. 5,000 years ago, Arjuna had much better facilities than we do now, yet he refused to accept this system of yoga. In fact, we do not find any record in history of his practicing it at any time. Therefore, this system must be considered generally impossible in this age of Kali. Of course, it may be possible for some very few, rare men, but for the people in general, it is an impossible proposal. If this was so 5,000 years ago, what of the present day? Those who are imitating this yoga system in different so-called schools and societies, although complacent, are certainly wasting their time. They are completely ignorant of the desired goal.